Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Herman Green. The World Bank is advising the government to revise its regulatory guidelines. The World Bank Vice President for Latin America and the Caribbean says the revision is a crucial part of ensuring that the country's economic progress is not derailed. TVJ's Andrew Laidley tells us more.
World Bank Vice President for Latin America and the Caribbean Axel van Trotzenberg is giving the government a wake-up call. He says while the economy grows, the government still needs to ensure that the benefits reach every Jamaican. He says tackling bureaucracy is a good place to start.
We will need to look at the regulatory environment, but needs to look at how you can create jobs. And the biggest part of the job is created by the private sector. So how is the investment climate? How can one stimulate private investment?
He says further reforms are needed.
My sense is that Jamaica has more potential to grow stronger, but that will need to be nourished through these reforms that could really boost further private sector investment and employment.
In the meantime, Mr. Van Trotzenberg is encouraging local exporters to use creative ways to overcome the global trade turmoil created by the United States and China.
There, people can be very imaginative and successful. And I would rely more at the ingenuity of Jamaican exporters than waiting for that conflict to be resolved that is outside of the control of the country. I think that the country has a lot of also attractions, like for the tourism industry. There are more things that can be done.
Andrew Laidley, TVJ News.
Opposition spokesman on finance, Mark Golding, is calling on the government to review the rules of the foreign exchange market. Mr. Golding wants them to assess what's happening on the ground, as some businesses are unable to get foreign exchange.
And the banks are telling them they don't have it. But when you look at what the banks are selling every day, they're selling foreign exchange in large quantities. The question is, who is getting priority for the use of that foreign exchange and to purchase it? Who is making all the profits from trading in the foreign exchange? Super profits have been made over the last few months and years from trading foreign exchange. Are the rules, for example, that govern who can raise capital in US dollars and who can't? And the ones who can't are therefore forced to borrow or raise capital in Jamaican dollars, but they need the US, and they take that borrowed money, have to buy US with it to do what they have to do. Do those rules make sense? There's an important review that needs to be done.
He also took issue with the devaluation of the Jamaican dollar.
We have seen it move since March, yet again, and this is the third time in 12 months. It has moved by over 8%, moving from approximately 125 to 1. Now it's up at 136 to 1 again in a few short weeks. Comrades, the Bank of Jamaica and the Minister of Finance need to take a proper look at the way in which the foreign exchange market is operating.
Meanwhile, currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $136.22. The Canadian closed at $98.30. The pound sterling is now at $173.42, while the euro sold for $152.47. On the stock market, the JSE index gained 964 points today, while the junior market index is down 24 points. Among today's winners were Main Event Entertainment Group, Stanley Motor, Pulse Investments, Jetcon Corporation, and Supreme Ventures. On the losing side, we have Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances, Mayberry Jamaican Equities, Paramount Trading, Consolidated Bakeries, and Express Catering. And that's the Business Day. I'm Herman Green. Good evening.